Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Nick Cummins, and today I'm just going to talk about some pre-flight checks that you should do every time you fly. This is really important, and you shouldn't skip this step. It's a must. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what you need to do. Okay, so let's have a look at the first things we need to check, and that is to make sure that we have the memory card in there. There's nothing worse than turning up somewhere and you forgot to put the memory card in, but luckily the Mavic Air has 8 gigs built in, but yeah, we have a memory card in there. It's closed up. Before we fly, we want to also make sure these little legs, which are actually antennas, are extended. The gimbal guard is off. We want to check that the battery is securely in place and no red line is visible. You want to check that you have full power. We got 4 green lights. We also need to check that the remote is fully charged, so we need to press the button and check. Yep, we've got the 4 lights, so that's all good. Okay, so let's open up the DJI Go 4 app and go straight to Start Flight. Then if we click on the very top, the 3 dots on the right hand side, then click on the drone icon at the top left. Then we have a look down there, you've got home point settings. And the first one is where the drone is, and the other one is where you are. So I see a few people are getting confused about where the drone is, and they're saying, why would you set it to that? Thinking perhaps, you set it to, it's up in the air somewhere, I want to make that the home point. That's not what it means. It means the home point is where the drone actually took off from. So depending on the location that you take off from, that's a good option to choose, is to land back to where you took off. But if you're riding a bike and you're getting it to follow you, or you're in a boat or something like that, of course you don't want it to go and land back where you took off. You want it to land where you are. So then you'd pick the second option. But either way, you need to make sure you pick the option based on what you're doing that day, what you're shooting. So it's going to set the option there to home point of where the drone is right now. And it's getting recorded on the map on the left there, and you can check the map to make sure that it recorded correctly. Now if we go back to the top right, there's another thing we need to check, and that is the return to home altitude. I've got it set at 30 meters, so that if signal is lost, if the battery's running low and the thing wants to just come home, it's going to ascend to 30 meters, which should avoid any obstacles, any trees or anything like that, head directly in the direction of home, and then descend and land back at the point where it took off from, if that's the option that I originally set. That height, return to home altitude, needs to be perhaps adjusted depending on where you are, what the surroundings are. And so you need to bear that one in mind. That's a really important one. And the other one is setting the maximum flight altitude. The legal limit is 120 meters. It's 400 feet. It gives you a 100 feet buffer below any other aircraft that are cruising around. But remember, if you're near an airport, even if it's not controlled, it will come below that 400 feet. Because it'll be landing. So keep away from any aircraft landing and taking off. But generally, 120 meters will keep that 100-foot buffer between you and any aircraft flying around beaches and so forth. And they're the 2 main ones that you need to worry about. And apart from that, I think you just need to go through and make sure you get everything checked that you like. The obstacle avoidance, of course, is really good to have on there. But it's not the main thing that you need to be thinking about. The main one is you want that drone to fly at an altitude where it's not going to interfere with anything, and you want it to come home to the point that you've selected, and you want it to come home using the altitude that you have selected to return home. And they're the main things. Everything else is additional. They're the main ones that are going to get you out of trouble and going to help you not lose your drone. So hopefully that'll help. So keep all these sort of things in mind before you actually take off. Okay guys, well I hope you found that video useful, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up on the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and come back and check out some of the other videos and tutorials that I'll be doing in the near future. So until then, bye.